Hey guys, well, I'm in my garage and behind me is a whole bunch of foam airplane pieces, and you can tell it is a P-51 Mustang that I picked up used, and I'm going to be the third owner of this plane. And what I'm curious about is it make really more sense to go out and buy a brand new E-Flite 1.2 meter P-51, or does it make sense to go buy a used one? The reason why I bought this plane is I'm looking to actually get some more practice on warbird takeoff and landings. I looked at my logbook, and less than 1% of all my flights are with a warbird taking off from the grass. And if you guys have been following along with my P-51 project, you can tell that's probably not the plane you want to be practicing on. And I had been using my P-47 and I kind of nosed it over enough and decided, you know what, I think I need to look at a beater airplane. And what better beater airplane than a P-51 Mustang that has gone through the ringer. So we're going to definitely be kind of chronicling what it takes to get this used airplane back in the air again. It's a PNP model, so it has no receiver. The guy, previous owner, flew on Futaba, so that wouldn't have worked for me anyway. I fly with Spectrum. But you can see this thing is it's in pretty rough shape. It's got the spinner on it from Blondie, so you know this thing had a pretty hard hit in the nose if the spinner's been replaced with the red one. And they tried to cover it over with some red paint here. It's got a pretty nasty crack down the fuselage here. It's got another one over here. And pretty much all the foam through this area is all compressed. The wing mounts are also loose and damaged. It's got big chunks of foam missing. The tail is bent, and I think it is more epoxy than anything else. It's pretty stiff, so obviously that's been fixed. The prop, so obviously not. It's in pretty rough shape. You can just see from looking at this thing. It has got the tips are all ground down on it, so it's had some pretty bad impacts. So gonna probably have to replace that guy. The cockpit is. It actually doesn't look too bad. It's pretty gated on the inside, but okay, we're gonna call that cosmetic. We're not gonna fix it. So that's a usable piece. The horizontal stabilizer looks to be in good shape, but it's got a bunch of overspray all over it. Once again, cosmetic, not gonna worry about it too much. So we're just gonna set that off to the side. The wing has obviously been replaced. This is a new wing. So whatever happened to the original wing must have been significant because this is new. You can tell because it's got the wrong decals on it. If you buy a replacement wing, it's not going to come with decals on it, and the factory wouldn't have screwed up and put the wrong decals on both sides. You can see it's got the national insignia on the wrong side, doesn't have them on the bottom. Plus the tape is missing. That covers this up, and you can tell that the servos have been glued in as well. It's also got a pretty bent up retract that doesn't close all the way. It's got tires that are bald. And yeah, the strut is bent. So there's quite a bit to this to get it to fly right and look right. However, the good thing is all the basics are really here. I'm gonna kind of chronicle what it takes. This is this plane here. I bought it used, $100. That's you look at it and say, man, did I spend too much or did I get a good deal? I'm not really sure yet. It's obviously got some work to be done. So I'm going to kind of chronicle what is it going to take to get this plane not only flying, but also to make it just look a little bit better. I'm going to go on the cheap. I'm going to try to buy as many used things as I can. I'm going to scour the internet for used pieces, and I'm going to try to do this on the cheap. Because the idea is to save money, build a beater plane that you can fly and not be all freaked out about like my Detroit Miss. That's an absolute work of art, and I don't want to practice on that one. So this is going to be a fun and exciting project. Hopefully it's gonna be a fast moving project because I don't want to spend all summer working on this thing. The idea is to get it in the air for as low cost and the least amount of effort as possible, but still make it look like it belongs in my hangar. If you guys have been following my stuff enough to know that I try to keep my airplanes looking pretty good, and this one would not fit in the hangar at all. So that wraps it up for today. I'm gonna go ahead and start digging in the airplane and figure out where do we want to go next with it.